preparing.
Oh, very cool.
Okay, welcome. This is Hillary Baggett. I am founder and CEO of Community Bloom, where we are building a women's midlife network. And today I am here with my special guest, Leah Petrucci, and she is going to share her. This is her spotlight opportunity that she is going to tell you a little bit more about her. Welcome, Leah.
Thank you so much for having me, Hillary. And just to let everybody know who I am, unless you would like to do that.
Well, I love that you are a licensed mental health counselor. You are a specialist in helping women specifically, but you also work with men, healing from narcissistic abusive relationships. And you're a holistic health and wellness coach. So you have a skill set that is so expansive, but also very specialized. And today you're going to share with us also about your membership, even. So, what would be your passion project you'd like to talk about?
Yes. Well, definitely it would be the membership. But along with the membership, I would say my second passion project would be my YouTube channel, which I had envisioned, I would say 5 years ago. And when I was watching YouTube and just got a vision of, hey, you know what, I could do that. When I was a kid and I would make family members sit and watch the Leah show at holidays. And I would perform well, back then it was more of a comedy show, but I love to talk, and I also did love to educate people, and I love to make people laugh. So I'm trying to do that in my YouTube channel, which is called Holistic Healing Network. So that's the first project that I have going on, but that will hopefully, attract the right people that are good candidates for the membership that I'm working on. But just to give you a little bit of an idea of what the Holistic Healing Network is about, and I'll get into the talking about the membership. So it's a place where I talk about a bunch of different holistic topics, and holistic, means the mind, the body, and the spirit, and which is, all connected. And so each episode I'll take a topic and tackle it from a holistic perspective and talk about education, just educate people about, first of all, what that is, how can we tackle that problem physically, how can we help our bodies to feel better, how can we help our minds, and our emotions and to process our thoughts, how can we help our mind on that level. And then for those people who are spiritual or have spiritual beliefs of all different kinds, we can process it from spiritual beliefs on that level. So that's basically what the Holistic Healing Network is all about. And I've had it in my mind for a long time, but I'm recently just, starting to release videos. And I filmed my first series that is on the editing floor right now, that I am working on editing one at a time, and I'm learning how to edit, which is no easy task, but I will be editing those videos and releasing them. And the first series that I filmed was about frequently asked questions that I get in my practice about narcissism, which is one of my main areas of specialization in both my therapy and my coaching practices, helping mainly women. I also do work with men who are recovering from narcissism, or recovering from a narcissistic partner, I should say. And I get a lot of questions about narcissism, like what is that? How do you spot a narcissistic person? How do you deal with a narcissistic person? And so I answer 10 of the top questions that I get, and I'm going to release those one by one. So I would love it if people would head on over to the Holistic Healing Network and subscribe, and then hit the bell, and then you'll get notified of all those videos as they come out. So the first one should be ready hopefully this week, and then I'll just start releasing them. So that's the first pet project that I'm working on, and that will hopefully, feed into the membership idea that I have. And I had this idea for to have a community. I don't know, I would say about 2 years ago, but I never knew that I could actually make it a reality until, I took a course about how to have a successful membership. Hello, isn't that how we met?
It is.
And
It
uh-huh.
is.
Yes. And, and seeing your membership and following being a founding member of your membership has also helped me to just realize the visions and how it could become a reality, and experiencing the fun side of it as well, because I really want it to also be a place for it's for women. First of all, it will be for women who are recovering from a toxic relationship. So, who are no longer a part of a toxic relationship. So, they're recovering from a breakup or a divorce. And also, the majority of women that I help who in my practice who are recovering from a toxic relationship, I've also found that those women are also dealing with some kind of chronic pain or chronic illness or chronic mental health issue. And so I decided to, yep, marry those two together because I couldn't decide between those two things. I originally wanted to do the health and wellness, but I was advised to do the other one. And I thought, well, you know what? I can just join the two together because, almost all the women that I work with in that situation are dealing with some kind of chronic pain, whether it's migraines or whether it's gut health issues or whether it's back pain or autoimmune disorders or whether it's anxiety and depression or whether it's post-traumatic stress disorder or complex post-traumatic stress disorder, some kind of chronic health issue or mental health issue. And so the membership is for those women who want to be healthy. They want to be healthy on all levels. They want to be physically healthy. They want to be mentally, emotionally healthy, psychologically healthy, and they want to be spiritually healthy. So I will also include and in welcoming spiritual beliefs of all types. It's not exclusive to any particular religion. And so a place for women to come together and learn how to love themselves for maybe the first time, or get back in touch with that self-love that they may have lost over the course of that unhealthy relationship. And also get back in touch with what it's like to have fun and just to do entertaining things, like what is that fun? And so the things that I have planned in my mind and vision for this membership are things like karaoke. It's all virtual. So things like getting together over Zoom and taking turns with karaoke, or having a dance party, just letting our hair down and just getting down to some 70s and 80s, right? And or things like getting together and just, chit-chatting and laughing, or doing some arts and crafts, or, whatever people have to bring to the table. I will also invite them to bring their skill, forward to have some fun moments. So it'll be a mix of and of course education, because I'm big on education. So I also hope to provide the membership with digital courses on things like, what is narcissism? What does it look like? How do you spot it? What is codependency? What is trauma? So all of those things that would be really helpful for people to get educated about. So that's also going to be a big piece. And then also I would like it to be a big place for people to come to get resources, because one of the big things that I provide in my practice are resources. I kind of call myself the resource queen. I'm always like, well, have you heard of this person or this place or this organization, and I give a lot of referrals and resources to people to supplement our work together, because I'm not going to be able to provide all of those things for people.
That's
I
right.
can't be all things to all people, but I do know colleagues or people that I have invited to come as a guest speaker and provide their knowledge, for resources such as health and wellness is going to be a big one, or resources like financial help, especially people recovering from an unhealthy relationship, are probably in financial strain and need help with doing things like that. So inviting other guest speakers to come and talk about things that aren't my area of specialization and to provide for the group members. So that's just kind of giving a well-rounded view of what I have in mind, and definitely going to pour into the group members, every week, and provide, weekly coaching calls, and also just for a place to let the founding members, the people who join, who are the first members to join, let them help me to shape the membership, very similar to what you're doing in yours, having the women kind of have a voice and giving feedback of, well, what do you ladies want to hear today? What do you want to talk about? What do you need from the group? And shaping it in that sense, I think, is going to also
Excellent.
be really great for everybody to feel like they're a part of it.
Fantastic. And the question that might come up for people that are viewing this of Hillary, why is Leah in your group if you all are kind of doing similar things?
Right.
And one of my founding values and principles is generosity and collaboration. And for Community Bloom, we are connecting, collaborating, and co creating workshops, summits, products. And the way we do that is by building relationships. So I had to say, I am not going to be afraid of welcoming someone in who is interested in doing something similar, because Leah and Hillary are two completely different people with different backgrounds and different interests. And so the people could certainly benefit from working with either one of us, but there's
Yeah.
a big difference in that. So I had to
Yeah.
do a lot of mental work to say, yes, you can come in, and no, I cannot control what people see and do. And if people say, well, I'm going to borrow this, I'm going to build on this, because that's how we build community. That's how we help exponentially more people. And that was huge for me. So I'm
Yeah.
happy that Leah's here. I don't feel threatened. And in fact, we just finished up a podcast that'll come out later that'll give you far more details on what she does. And that's not the end of it, right? We don't put ourselves in these boxes of that I can only serve these people and do this thing of, oh, I don't want to tell you what I'm doing. There is enough room in this world for
Yes.
all of us to work and to serve
Yes.
people. So I love that, Leah. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Any last words before we sign off?
Um, just usually what I sign off with when I talk about these things is that it's so important for us as humans, especially going through what we're going through in this world and all of the things we're having to deal with, is to invest in yourselves, is to invest in ourselves. And I don't just mean financially, yes, self-care can cost money, doing things for ourselves, going to, let's say, get a massage, or, go to get our hair done or our nails done or something nice for ourselves, or taking ourselves out to a movie or to a nice meal, or, those things cost money. But I'm not just talking about investing financially. What I mean is investing in ourselves, investing the time, putting the time in, putting the energy in that it takes to prioritize our self-care. And as we talked about earlier, self-care is not selfish. And it needs to be a priority for us every day, and it doesn't need to take lots and lots of time. It could just, it could take like 5 minutes on some days, but it's so important that we take that time and energy to put ourselves and our health care and our mental health first, or we're not going to be able to help and love others if we don't, if we don't put that care on ourselves first.
I love it. Thank you so much, Leah Petrucci, holistic health
Thank
wellness
you.
coach, licensed mental health counselor, and so much more. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.